Hey guys, hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome to Vedantu's J channel, and this is again a sprint session for all of you guys, which is approaching towards its business end, right? Everyone, that's what they say in IPL, right? When the series is about to reach towards the qualifiers, right? So, people, सेकेंड लास्ट सेशन इन फिजिक्स स्प्रिंट और आज हम लोग करने जा रहे हैं ऑप्टिक्स. इसके बाद में हम लोग करेंगे मॉडर्न फिजिक्स. दैट इज गोइंग टू हैपन इन द नेक्स्ट वीक. ओके, सो आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस हैड एन अमेजिंग टाइम on the Christmas Eve and you are charged up again. There is one more milestone coming, right? 2020 is coming towards an end, so a happy new year in advance to all of you once again. Okay, so this is optics sprint. If I speak about optics as a unit, you know that this is weightage wise the unit which has the least amount of weightage in JEE examination, but nonetheless questions are definitely asked from ray optics and wave optics both put together. तो आज भी हम लोग वो questions pick करेंगे जो कि JEE examinations में आए हुए हैं. That is what is the whole objective of doing JEE sprint, where we are doing previous year questions, right? So for those people who are new on the channel, let me start off with my introduction. So all of you guys, this is me, your Suri sir. I'm a BTech from IIT Bombay, and on this channel, my lovely students, they all call me Mogambo. Why? Because when you guys will crack the examination of JEE, Mogambo khush hoga. Okay? And if you are new, then probably consider subscribing to the channel and pressing the bell icon. Why? Because whenever all these amazing sessions are happening here, you get the notification. You are the first person to come and watch all those videos. And definitely, ye sare videos, ye sare sessions, which includes academic, motivational as well as informative sessions, they definitely are going to help you in your JEE preparation. So if you are a 2021, 22 or 23 aspirant for that matter, अगर आप 11th, 12th या 13th या 10th standard में भी हो, तो भी इस चैनल से जुड़ने से आपको अपने JEE preparation से रिलेटेड बहुत सारी चीज़ों का ज्ञान भी मिलता है, सब्जेक्ट का ज्ञान भी मिलता है, मोटिवेशन भी मिलता है, बहुत बार फन एलिमेंट्स भी इन्वॉल्व होते हैं. So all those things are done here. That's why I want you people to subscribe and press the bell icon quickly. उसके अलावा, if you guys are not there, then you can come and attend my sessions, be in my batches on Vedantu's own platform, which we call as Wave. Okay, this is how, by the way, Wave looks like, and what is the subscription plan for that? We call it Vedantu Pro. Vedantu Pro is not a batch, Vedantu Pro is not a course, it's more of a subscription plan. When you join Vedantu with subscription of Vedantu Pro, you will be able to study with me or all the master teachers, awesome master teachers on Vedantu's platform. Okay, so like this is how you will be able to have a teaching class with your teachers, your master teachers. You will be able to ask your doubts, you'll be able to interact with them, और ये सारी चीजें होती हैं live, never a recorded session. All of them are live sessions. Okay guys, so if you want to know which batches I am currently associated with, so with respect to 12th standard, if I tell you 12th standard के जो batches हैं उसे हम वेदांतु की लैंग्वेज में संकल्प बोलते हैं. संकल्प C और संकल्प H वो दो बैचेस हैं जो मैं अभी इस समय पढ़ा रहा हूँ 12th स्टैंडर्ड में. और 11th स्टैंडर्ड के जो बैचेस हैं वो हैं दृष्टि C बैच. एक ही बैच है जिसे मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ एट द मोमेंट, और दोनों ही जगह पे ऑब्वियसली हर जगह पे सिलेबस कंप्लीट हो चुका है. दृष्टि में हमने 11th का रिवीजन कर लिया है, संकल्प में हमने 11th और 12th दोनों का रिवीजन कर लिया है, संकल्प H में अब हम लोग 11th का रिवीजन स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं. सो इफ यू गाइस आर इंटरेस्टेड, गो अहेड, सब्सक्राइब and join Vedantu by taking the subscription plan, that is Vedantu Pro. और Vedantu Pro join करने का एक और amazing benefit है that if you join then you can avail an amazing 50% discount also for any of the batch that you are interested in. Okay, join करने का बहुत simple सा process है बच्चों. The link is available in the description box of this video, but do not forget to use this coupon code SMPRO because that is the code that will give you the discount in your subscription plan. Subscription plan vary from 1 month till 1 year. तो जितना भी आपका रिक्वायरमेंट है, अगर आप ड्रॉपर स्टूडेंट हो, 21 के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो डेफिनेटली यू वुड कंसिडर अ शॉर्टर सब्सक्रिप्शन प्लान. पर अगर आप 11th स्टैंडर्ड स्टूडेंट हो, मूविंग टू 12th हो, तो यू मे रिक्वायर अ ईयर लॉन्ग सब्सक्रिप्शन प्लान. Okay, so go ahead, try with at least a 1 month program, and accordingly, if you are going to find the online way of studying as per your compatibility, you can consider later on for a longer one as well. So take a call accordingly. Okay, fine. उसके अलावा on Vedantu's JEE channel where you are right now, अभी आप लोग जिस चैनल पे हो उसका नाम है Vedantu's JEE चैनल, और यहाँ पे हम लोग स्प्रिंट जो सेशन अभी कर रहे हैं, इससे पहले भी बहुत सारी सीरीजेस, बहुत सारे सेशंस, पूरा कोर्स कंप्लीशन हम लोग कर चुके हैं. एंड इन दिस इंटायर कोर्स कंप्लीशन सिंस द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल 2020, लॉकडाउन के तुरंत बाद हम लोगों ने हमारी जेईई प्रिपरेशन को एज पर आवर regular plan, we any which we were supposed to do that, we started that. A lot of students took a benefit during this डिफिकल्ट टाइम ऑफ कोविड. घर पे बैठे बैठे भी उन्होंने अपनी जेईई प्रिपरेशन को कंटिन्यू किया. तो अगर आप उसमें जुड़े हुए थे तो डेफिनेटली यू आर अवेयर अबाउट इट. लेकिन अगर आप उससे जुड़े नहीं थे एंड यू वांट टू स्टडी एंड कवर अप फॉर द पार्ट दैट यू मे हैव मिस्ड, लेट मी सजेस्ट द प्लेलिस्ट. 2 playlists are there, one for 11th standard, one for 12th standard. We call it JEET Low 2021 or 2022. 2021 is for 12th standard students or students who are looking for 12th standard topics. 2021 is for 11th standard topics. What does it include? It includes entire theory along with the suggestive examples, sometimes in the form of multiple choice questions, sometimes subjective questions, sometimes in the form of Menti quizzes also. Okay, so as you can see, बहुत सारे videos हर एक chapter में आपको मिलते हैं. That means every chapter was done topic wise. तो आप according to your requirement, जिस topic में आप weak feel करते हो, आप वो वाले sessions भी देख सकते हो. उसके अलावा अगर आपके पास टाइम कम है, अगर आप 2021 का एग्जाम लिखने वाले हो, फरवरी मंथ में लिखना है, तो ऑब्वियसली हमारे पास उतना टाइम अवेलेबल नहीं होगा कि हम सारी की सारी प्लेलिस्ट को गो थ्रू कर पाएं. सो ऐसे में हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है कि हमें पूरा का पूरा चैप्टर जो है एक क्रिस्प फॉर्म में कोई हमें थियरी उसकी समझा दे, रेलेवेंट एग्जाम्पल और बता दे, तो हम हमारे वाले जो कंटेंट है उसके क्वेश्चंस को भी लगा पाएंगे. तो ऐसा करने के लिए ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज go to another playlist which we call as one shot, or one shot playlist में you will find exactly the requirement that I just now mentioned. Okay, और इस series के बाद already the series that you are into right now, sprint is already going on. Okay, and sprint के बाद में भी we have a lot many things planned for you guys. Okay, so coming back, yes, one more thing I forgot to mention, that is Decoded series. This is the one which is topic wise series, by the way. This is again a playlist you will find as Decoded. यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने चैप्टर नहीं, उसमें आने वाले जो टॉपिक्स हैं जहाँ स्टूडेंट्स को प्रॉब्लम होती है, उस टॉपिक्स के हिसाब से, उस टॉपिक्स के अकॉर्डिंगली, as you can see here also, topics like free body diagram, graphs, centripetal force, pulleys, relative motion, chain rule, ये सब एक टॉपिक्स हैं जहाँ पे बच्चों को यूजुअली चैप्टर में डिफिकल्टी होती है. तो अगर आपको ऐसे किसी टॉपिक में डिफिकल्टी है तो you will also be able to focus more on that particular topic. That means it is even more of a micro level approach towards things which are found difficult by many students. Okay, cool. So guys, coming towards the sprint for today. और आज की sprint में हमारा जो topic है guys, that is optics. और optics में बच्चों we are going to talk about important topics first, right? Because optics is an entire unit in itself, इसीलिए the topics from where usually the questions are asked, you will find the list to be relatively longer. Okay, so reflection, velocity of image, Snell's law, normal shift, total internal reflection, prism, formation of image by lens, that means refraction, combination of lens, lens maker formula, microscope and telescope, their formulas, interference, that means wave optics, phase and path difference, Young's double slit experiment, Fraunhofer diffraction, resolving power and Malus law in polarization. तो ये वो usually topics हैं जहाँ से हमें questions मिलेंगे in general. I should say that optics में बहुत कम चीजें हैं जिन्हें आप exclude कर सकते हो कि ये मैं नहीं भी पढ़ूंगा तो चलेगा. Topic, or rather I should say the entire unit is not very big, तो आप सारे topics पे नजर रख सकते हो. अगर मुझे prioritize करना है तो definitely optics will never be the unit which I will keep at a very high priority when I'm deciding to do a revision. Okay, not in the overall course of scheme. पूरे अगर chapters करने हैं तब तो definitely optics को भी उतना ही weightage आपको देना है बट इफ यू हैव शॉर्टर टाइम, यू आर प्रायोरिटाइजिंग कि पहले कौन सा चैप्टर करना है, फिर कौन सा चैप्टर करना है, लास्ट में किस चैप्टर को रखना है, तो ऑप्टिक्स एंड थर्मोडायनेमिक्स और थर्मल फिजिक्स विल लाई इन द लोअर हाफ ऑफ दिस लिस्ट. Okay, anyway, so from here, as usual, those students who are new on the platform, guys, we have already covered the theory of entire physics. JEE Sprint में हमारा जो objective है, it is to do the previous year questions. और previous year questions करने से benefit क्या है? We have set a target for ourselves. By doing these previous year questions, we are trying to understand and set our expectations right with respect to JEE examination की कैसे questions पूछे जाते हैं. ठीक है, और हमने हमारे लिए एक मिनिमम टारगेट सेट करके रखा है, that is 120 plus out of 300. Nobody is stopping you to score more than 120 obviously, but why 120 is the threshold target? Because जितने भी पिछले around 5 to 7 years का भी अगर आप JEE कट ऑफ लेते हो, since the time JEE main has been incepted, you will find that the cutoff has not gone above 30% of the marks. Okay, तो यहाँ पे मैं जो टारगेट ले रहा हूँ that is still 1/3 of the total. Okay, usually cutoff has gone much below than that. Okay, but 120 plus it ensures your selection from JEE Main to JEE Advanced and boost your confidence also during the examination that now I'm definitely getting through this JEE Main examination. When I say 120 marks, it doesn't mean आप in 3 hours, उन 3 घंटे में आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ 120 स्कोर करने के लिए नहीं जाने वाले हो. आपका टारगेट है कि पहले मैं 120 के ऊपर फोकस करूंगा, उसके बाद में मैं 300 मार्क्स का गैप कवर करूंगा. तो मे बी some student is able to do this in 1 hour, some of you may be able to do it in 1 hour 15 minutes or 1.5 hour, so that जो रिमेनिंग टाइम होगा तब आपके दिमाग से प्रेशर निकल चुका होगा और तब आप अपनी रैंक को इंप्रूव करने के लिए और अच्छे से फोकस कर पाओगे. कुछ लोग 120 से 250 टारगेट करेंगे, कुछ लोग 120 से 250 प्लस भी टारगेट करेंगे, and that target will become more achievable with reduced pressure in the examination. So that's the whole philosophy of setting this threshold as 120. So if you are new here, you have to go through all the sprint videos जहां हमने हर बार ये मंत्र की तरह रिपीट किया है that this is our target because of a very single thought that we want to secure our selection. ठीक है, और selection security lies with the score, lies with the rank. Okay, so go through the topics once again, everyone. Okay, very nice. So now the format. We are going to see questions which have come in previous year examination of JEE from this particular chapter, and we'll go one by one. We'll try to solve them. You guys should be ready with your pen and a notebook. Try to solve along with me and tell me the answers in the chat box. Okay, you will definitely have a homework question towards the end, जिसे आपको finally solve करके comment section में मुझे answer बताना होगा. So here we go. The very first question on the screen, everyone. तो पहला ही क्वेश्चन सितंबर 2020 यानी कि लेटेस्ट JEE एग्जामिनेशन का है, और क्वेश्चन को हम लोग पढ़ते हैं और अकॉर्डिंगली सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं. बच्चों, क्वेश्चन बोलता है व्हेन एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज केप्ट एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ 30 सेंटीमीटर फ्रॉम अ कॉनकेव मिरर, द इमेज इज फॉर्म्ड एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ 10 सेंटीमीटर फ्रॉम द मिरर. So if the object is moved with a speed of 9 centimeter per second, the speed with which the image will move at that instant will be. तो एक कॉनकेव मिरर की बात हो रही है, और जो यूजुअल साइन कन्वेंशंस हम लोग फॉलो करते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग, इफ माय ऑब्जेक्ट इज समवेयर हियर, देन दिस इज गोइंग टू बी यू. Okay, and the image is obviously going to be formed on the other side in this case, assuming that in general case, so the V is going to be on the positive side of it. So say this is where your image is going to be formed, so this is V. What does the question say? That the distance of the object U is 30 on the negative side, so that's why it's going to be taken as minus 30, and your image is going to be plus 10 centimeters. Okay, so that's the location of object, location of image. हमें क्वेश्चन ने पूछा है कि अगर एक इंस्टेंट पे ऑब्जेक्ट की जो स्पीड है वो 9 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकंड है, तो इमेज की स्पीड उस इंस्टेंट पे क्या होगी वो पता लगाने के लिए हमें मैग्निफिकेशन की जरूरत पड़ेगी बच्चों। तो मैग्निफिकेशन का फॉर्मूला भी हमें पता है, -v/u होता है इन केस ऑफ मिरर्स, राइट, एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ v is 10, value of u is -30. That means magnification comes out to be +1/3. Okay, now the velocity, or rather the speed of the image, we know is going to be m square times the speed of the object. V image is the speed of the image, which is m square times the speed of the object. M square is going to be 1/9 and speed of the object is 9. That means speed with which your image is going to move is going to be 1 centimeter per second, and that, my dear friends, is the correct answer to our very first question. Okay, very good, very nice. Okay, so this was question number 1 from 2020. Next question also from 2020. Let's have a look at the question, guys. What does the question say? Question says that a spherical mirror is obtained as shown in the figure from a hollow spherical glass. So this is basically the portion of a spherical mirror. If an object is positioned in front of the mirror, as you can see somewhere here, you are placing the object, this is where the pole is. Question is asking you that what will be the nature and the magnification of the image of the object. Spherical mirror hai, and that too it is, according to the diagram, looking like a concave mirror in itself. You can see that the center of the curvature is going to be somewhere here. Okay, this is your object. So question में हमें image के ऊपर comment करने बोला है, तो image formation के लिए हम कोई भी दो ray use कर सकते हैं. अगर एक ray parallel जाती है तो after reflection it is going to pass through the focus, right everyone? तो अगर मान लेते हैं कि somewhere here is your focal point, so that is one of the rays. Second ray is going to be the one, say, which is going to pass through focus, and after reflection it is going to go parallel to the principal axis. तो तुम देख सकते हो कि image का जो formation है वो यहाँ पे कहीं होने वाला है, and very visibly you can see that the size of the image is smaller, and any which way your object is placed beyond the center of curvature, so image is going to be formed between focal point and the pole, and going to be smaller, going to be inverted also. That means what? It is definitely inverted. So B or C to answer nahi hai. It is real definitely, but it is not magnified, it is rather diminished. So the correct answer to the question is option D, right? Such an easy question in this year's JEE examination. Okay guys, cool, very nice, we got this. Let's move on to the next one, which is from April 2019. Okay, now this question says that a concave mirror for face viewing, जो हम concave mirror use करते हैं, actually हम लोग नहीं use करते हैं, usually girls use that kind of mirror. For face viewing, it has focal length of 0.4 meters. The distance at which you hold the mirror from your face in order to see your image upright with a magnification of 5. तो हमें ऑलरेडी मैग्निफिकेशन बताया हुआ है, फोकल लेंथ भी हमें बताई हुई है, हमें ये पता लगाने के लिए बोला गया है कि what is the distance of the object from the mirror, या मिरर कितना दूर रखोगे तो ऑब्जेक्ट का उससे डिस्टेंस क्या होगा. बट डेफिनेटली अगर हमें मैग्निफिकेशन बताया है तो मैग्निफिकेशन हमें पता है -v/u होता है, and that value is given to you as 5. So from here can I say v is going to be -5u. मतलब इमेज जो है उसका लोकेशन 5 times the distance of the object होने वाला है, so that the magnification is also 5 times. ठीक है. Now going by the mirror formula, 1/v plus 1/u equal to 1/f. Why do I go by that? Because focal length is given to us, और v और u के बीच में relation भी हमें पता लग गया है. So that is going to be -1/5u plus 1/u is going to be 1/0.4, or we can say 10/4. Right everyone? Now because we are talking about a concave mirror, the formula stays like this only. Okay. So in this case guys, the simplification is what we are doing. तो ये बन जाएगा 5/2 फ्रॉम हियर, और इसे सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे अगर तो -1 + 5 is going to be 4/5u, which is going to be 5/2, or we can say 25u is going to be 8, or u is going to be 8/25, correct? Which we can say, if I multiply by 4, divide by 4, is going to be 32/100, that too in meters. Okay, that means the correct answer is 0.32 meters. तो इतना दूर आपको या तो मिरर से खड़े होना पड़ेगा अगर वो एक कॉनकेव मिरर है, या फिर मिरर को आपको अपने आप से इतना दूर रखना पड़ेगा so that the image is formed upright and the magnification comes out to be 5. The answer comes out to be option C. Okay, cool. Next one is from January 2020. Okay, look at the question, guys. Looks like a apparent depth wala question to me. A vessel of depth 2h is filled half with a liquid of refractive index 2√2. Okay, and the upper half is filled with the liquid of refractive index √2. So the two liquids are immiscible. When I say immiscible, which simply means they are not going to mix with each other. So oil water type of situation, and the apparent depth of the inner surface of the bottom of the vessel will be, मतलब यहाँ पे जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट हम रख देंगे वो कितना ऊपर हमें दिखाई देगा वो हमें पता लगाना है. That means the apparent is what we are interested in finding. Okay, so guys, usually d dash is d by mu. ये तब होता है जब हमारे पास एक ही मीडियम है या एक ही लिक्विड से हम लोगों ने कंटेनर को फिल किया हुआ है. But when you have two or multiple liquids being filled there, then you will go by the same expression but multiple times, as many times as number of liquids are being filled. So d dash will become d1 by mu1 plus d2 by mu2, which basically is nothing but the individual shift which is being given by the two mediums. That means you can say this is d1 dash, that is d2 dash. Okay, so दोनों से आने वाले शिफ्ट को हम ऐड कर देते हैं. d1 और d2 की जो एक्चुअल वैल्यू है that is h and h, so that is h by mu1, that is √2, and the second one is also h but refractive index is 2√2. That means what? This comes out to be 3h by 2√2. But as you can see, there is no such option here, so let's try to rationalize this. So this becomes d dash as 3h √2 by √2 into √2 becomes 2, multiplies with 2 becomes 4. That means the correct answer comes out to be option D, that is 3h √2 by 4. Okay, good. All those who are getting the answer right along with me, keep going guys, all the best. Let's solve more. This was January 2020. The next one is the latest exam September 2020 question. इसको solve करते हैं. इसमें बोला है the distance between an object and a screen is 100 centimeter. A lens can produce real image of the object on the screen for two different positions between the screen and the object. Okay, so the distance between the two positions is 40 centimeter. If the power of the lens is close to n by 100d, then n is an integer, the value of n is. तो ये displacement method of finding the focal length जो हम लोग study करते हैं उस पे based एक question है. Experimental setup होता है जहाँ पे हम लोग object और screen के बीच का distance fix रखते हैं और बीच में जो lens होता है उसे हम move कराते हैं. The distance has to be greater than 4 times the value of focal length. Okay, the gap between the object and the screen. और focal length पता लगाने के लिए हम दो ऐसी locations पे आते हैं जहाँ पे लेंस से फॉर्म होने वाली जो इमेज होती है वो क्रिस्प मिलती है. Once it is going to be very big and large, other time it is going to be very small. The gap between the lens two positions for such cases is going to be say x or small d, and capital D is the gap between the two object and the screen. तो focal length का जो formula आता है बच्चों, that is the formula that I'll show you first. So this is basically that formula that you see on the screen, which is used in the laboratories also. Okay, d square, capital D is basically the gap between the screen and the object. As it is mentioned, the distance between the object and the screen is 100 centimeter. So that is basically your capital D, and it produces a real image of the object for two different positions between the screen and the object, and the distance between these two positions is given to you, and that is sometimes written as x. Here it is written as small d. तो हमें पता लगाना है कि f का वैल्यू क्या होगा. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग उसे पुट करते हैं, and that value is found in nd by 100. So हमें n का वैल्यू पता लगाना है. ठीक है, I think it is n by 100 that will eventually come out to be. Let's see. So the power, okay, this is basically the power. This is diopters that is being written here. तो पहले हम focal length पता लगा लेते हैं. तो capital D is 100, we'll square that. Small d is 40, we'll square that, and this is 400. Okay, that means what? We have 10,000 minus 1600 divided by 400. दो zeros हम लोग यहाँ से गायब कर देते हैं, and what we have here is 100 minus 16 by 4, which means we have 25 minus 4. So बच्चों focal length तो 21 सेंटीमीटर आ जाती है. ठीक है, and because it is coming in centimeters, we will say focal length is going to be 21 by 100 meters, because power in diopters is defined when focal length is given in meters. So now we will say that the power, which is 1 by f, will be written as 100 by 21, and we'll compare it with n by 100. ठीक है, तो diopters में ये वैल्यू आ चुकी है. So n comes out to be 100 into 100 by 21. अगर ये 20 होता तो exact 500 आंसर आता, but value will be less than 500. So when we simplify this, it is going to be 4.76 into 100, and the exact answer will come out to be 476. That's the value of n that you are going to get, and we are going to get the answer as 476 here. Okay, good everyone. So this was September 2020. Next one is from January 2020 for all of you to try along with me. Okay, question says that a point object in air is in front of a curved surface of a plano-convex lens. Plano-convex lens है. The one of the radius is going to be r, the other radius is going to be infinite. So the radius of curvature is 30 centimeter from the curved surface, the other one is infinite obviously. The refractive index of the lens material is also given. The focal length of the lens is going to be how much? तो ये तो बहुत easily हो जाने वाला question है, January 2020 का question. 1 upon f is going to be mu minus 1. Lens makers formula लगा देते हैं. 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. ठीक है, तो पहला वाला रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर उस साइड में पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा, ये वाला इनफाइनाइट हो जाएगा. तो व्हाट डू आई गेट हियर? म्यू का वैल्यू 1.5 है, सो 1.5 minus 1, this stays as r only. So this is 0.5 by r, or we can call it 1 upon 2r. So 1 upon f comes out to be 1 upon 2r. That means f is going to be 2r, और r का वैल्यू बच्चों हमें 30 दिया हुआ है. That means the focal length comes out to be 60 centimeter. That's very comfortably we got the answer for the question. Okay, that's good. Move on to next question, that is from January 2019. इस क्वेश्चन में हमें बोला है that a monochromatic light is incident at a certain angle on an equilateral rectangular prism. Equilateral rectangular prism है, that means A का वैल्यू हमें 60 डिग्री दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, सो angle of prism is known already. Question says that the monochromatic light is going to suffer minimum deviation. Minimum deviation होने के लिए the angle R1 and angle R2 must be equal. यहाँ पे जो angle R1 और R2 बनते हैं वो दोनों equal होते हैं. ये angle of incidence होता है, ये angle of emergence होता है. Okay, and this is your angle of prism. So question says if the refractive index of the material of the prism is √3, okay, so find out the value of angle of incidence. I का value हमें पता लगाना है. ठीक है बच्चों. So very simply we'll follow the basics here. A का value हमें पता है कि 60 degree है. First of all, R1 will be equal to R2. We already know that R1 plus R2 का value A होता है. तो अगर R1 R2 दोनों इक्वल हो जाएंगे तो दोनों का वैल्यू A/2 के बराबर. That means 60/30 और we can say 60/2. That means 30 degree. That's your value of R1. तो R1 का वैल्यू तो आ गया. उसका म्यू वैल्यू भी हमें पता है प्रिज्म का. यहाँ पे रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स हम 1 ले लेंगे और एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस हमें नहीं पता है. That means we can go by Snell's law. Okay, so from Snell's law I can say that mu1 sin I will be equal to mu2 sin R1. So mu1 is 1, sin I is what I'm interested in, as in I am interested in. mu2 का वैल्यू हमें √3 दिया हुआ है. sin R2 sin 30 degree is half. Okay, so sin I is √3/2, which means angle I is going to be 60 degree. Okay, that means correct answer is option C for us. Okay, very good everyone, keep solving. Let's go to next one. This is from January 2020. Once again, question says that the magnifying power of a telescope with tube length 60 centimeter is 5. So what is the focal length of the eyepiece? I would say one of the easiest of the question that somebody can ask you from telescope. And yes, JEE, as I always say, is filled with such easy questions. हमें पता है टेलीस्कोप की जो लेंथ होती है वो दोनों लेंसेज के फोकल लेंथ के समेशन के बराबर होती है, and that value is given to you as 5. Okay, उसके अलावा जो मैग्निफिकेशन होता है फॉर द टेलीस्कोप इट इज FO/FE और ये वैल्यू तुम्हें दी हुई है बच्चों एज 5. सो यू कैन से दैट FO इज गोइंग टू बी 5 टाइम्स ऑफ FE. हमें FE पता लगाना है. ओके, तो यहाँ पे रिप्लेस करता हूं. 5FE plus FE will become 6FE, that is equal to, sorry, one blunder, this length is given to us as 60. Okay guys, so FE comes out to be 10 centimeters. I hope you guys understood that. Okay, so length of the tube was given to us as 60 centimeter. This is the magnification which is given to us as 5. तो magnifying power के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हमने FO को FE के टर्म्स में निकाला, यहाँ पे प्लेस किया. FE का वैल्यू कम्स आउट टू बी 10 सेंटीमीटर. अगर FO पूछा होता तो 5 टाइम्स ऑफ दिस, दैट मींस 50 सेंटीमीटर वुड हैव बीन द लेंथ, फोकल लेंथ ऑफ योर ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस. Okay, so this was January 2020. Next is April 2019, and now the questions from Wave Optics for all of you. So in an interference experiment, the ratio of amplitudes of coherent waves is given to you as 1:3. You have to find out the ratio of maximum to minimum intensities. We know that I max by I min is what we are to found will be either root of I1 plus root of I2 का square divided by root of I1 minus root of I2 का square. तो amplitude के terms में A1 plus A2 और यहाँ के हिसाब से मैं लिखता हूँ A2 plus A1 का स्क्वायर अपॉन A2 माइनस A1 का स्क्वायर. ठीक है, तो क्योंकि रेशियो दिया हुआ है तो ऐसा मान लेते हैं कि इट इज x by 3x. सो दिस इज 3x plus x divided by 3x minus x उसका square which is 4x by 2x which is simply 4 by 2 का square, or we can say the ratio is 2 by 1 का square. 4:1 is our answer. Very easily answer comes out to be option C here. Okay, very good everyone. Next question from September 2020. Question says that a Young's double slit experiment is performed using monochromatic light of wavelength lambda. The intensity of the light at a point on the screen where the path difference is lambda is say k units. तो जहां पे पाथ डिफरेंस लैम्डा है, दैट मींस कंस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस हो रहा है, वहां पे k यूनिट्स हमारे लाइट की इंटेंसिटी हमें बताई हुई है, एंड द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट एट अ पॉइंट वेयर द पाथ डिफरेंस इज गोइंग टू बी लैम्डा बाय 6 इज गोइंग टू बी हाउ मच, ये हमसे पूछा है. इट इज गिवन टू बी nk by 12. सो व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ n हियर? भाई सबसे पहले तो जब intensity is written for two sources which have same intensity, we can say that resultant intensity which is given as I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 will be I0 plus I0 plus 2 root I0 will become I0 cos of phi. Okay, path difference की वैल्यू हमें बताई हुई है, accordingly हम लोग उससे phase difference find out कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ से जब हम 2I0 और 2I0 का 2I0 कॉमन ले लेते हैं तो you are left with 1 plus cos of phi, and that gives you the resultant intensity as 2I0 2 cos square phi by 2, or we can say 4I0 cos square phi by 2. A little derivation for all of you guys. ठीक है, तो ये फॉर्मूला हमें यूज करना है. क्वेश्चन में ऑलरेडी हमें बताया हुआ है कि फेज डिफरेंस, पाथ डिफरेंस पहले लैम्डा है, बाद में लैम्डा बाय 6 है. तो इन ऑर्डर टू टॉक अबाउट द इंटेंसिटीज वी विल रिक्वायर द वैल्यू ऑफ phi. तो पहले तो इस फॉर्मूले को मैं फिर से प्लेस करता हूं. ठीक है, यहाँ पे अलग से लिख के रख देता हूं दैट ओवरऑल इंटेंसिटी इज गोइंग टू बी 4I0 cos स्क्वायर phi by 2. ठीक है, अब चलते हैं पहले वाले के ऊपर जहां पे हमें बताया हुआ है कि पाथ डिफरेंस लैम्डा है. वी नो दैट फेज डिफरेंस और पाथ डिफरेंस के बीच में रिलेशन है. फेज डिफरेंस इज 2 पाई बाय लैम्डा टाइम्स पाथ डिफरेंस, एंड दैट इज गिवन टू यू एज लैम्डा. दैट मींस पहले वाले केस में तुम्हारा phi वैल्यू इज 2 पाई, तो वहां मुझे 2 पाई पुट करना चाहिए, और जो इंटेंसिटी है उसका वैल्यू तुम्हें बताया हुआ है k यूनिट्स है. दैट मींस इट इज 4I0 cos स्क्वायर 2 pi by 2 which is pi. Cos pi का वैल्यू -1, उसका स्क्वायर 1. That means this tells us that 4I0 is the value of k, और k is equal to 4I0. Now let's go to second part जहां पे phase difference 2 pi by lambda multiplies with the path difference which is given to you as lambda by 6. तो यहाँ lambda by 6 करने पर लैम्डा तो कैंसिल हो जाता है, ये पाई बाय 3 आ जाता है बच्चों. ठीक है, तो जब हम इसका हाफ करेंगे तो पाई बाय 6 बनेगा. तो इंटेंसिटी हम लिखेंगे एज k dash which we do not know is 4I0 cos square pi by 6. pi by 6 का मतलब है 30 डिग्री, और 30 डिग्री के लिए cos का वैल्यू आएगा √3/2, उसका स्क्वायर करना पड़ेगा. So from here the value is 4I0 √3/2 का square will be 3/4. Okay, and guys this value is given to you as nk by 12. First of all 4I0 is k, तो इसे हम लिख देते हैं 3/4 times of k, and this is given to you as nk by 12. ठीक है, तो अगर मुझे डिनोमिनेटर 12 बनाना है तो 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. दैट मीन्स आई विल हैव 9/12k इक्वल टू nk by 12. तो यहाँ से कंपेयर करके देख लो, n का वैल्यू विल कम आउट टू बी इंटीजर 9. ओके, गुड, ऑसम एवरीवन, ग्रेट. Next one is also from September 2020. Question says that in a Young's double slit experiment, light of 500 nanometer is used to produce an interference pattern where when the distance between the slits is 0.05, तो हमें lambda दिया है, small d दिया है, angular width of the fringes formed on the distance of the screen will be close to how much? Angular fringe width हमसे पूछी है और वो हमें पता है बीटा बाई कैपिटल डी होती है। तो जो भी फ्रिंजेस फॉर्म हो रहे होते हैं उनकी फ्रिंज विड्थ बीटा है, ये डिस्टेंस कैपिटल डी है, तो ये एंगल थीटा आर्क अपॉन रेडियस हो जाता है व्हिच इज बीटा बाय कैपिटल डी। और बीटा का फॉर्मूला भी हमें पता है लैम्डा कैपिटल डी बाय स्मॉल डी होता है, स्मॉल डी के साथ में कैपिटल डी यहाँ से मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा, तो डी गेट्स कैंसिल्ड और एंगुलर विड्थ हमें आ जाती है लैम्डा बाय स्मॉल डी। जिस टर्म्स में हमें आंसर फाइंड आउट करना है उसके लिए करस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यूज हमें दी हुई है बच्चों। लैम्डा का वैल्यू 500 नैनोमीटर है, सो 5 इंटू 10 टू द पावर -7 लिख सकते हो, और स्मॉल डी का वैल्यू हम लिख सकते हैं 5 इंटू 10 टू द पावर -5। तो 5 एंड 5 गेट कैंसिल्ड और ये वैल्यू हमें मिलती है 10 टू द पावर -2 और 0.01 रेडियंस। जब इसे रेडियंस से डिग्रीज में कन्वर्ट करोगे तो हमें जो आंसर मिलेगा आई थिंक दैट इज गोइंग टू बी 0.57 डिग्रीज। ओके, दैट मीन्स द करेक्ट आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी ऑप्शन बी। ओके, yes, the correct answer is going to be option B here. Okay, good. Next one is also from September 2020. Question को read करते हैं। Interference fringes are observed on a screen by illuminating two thin slits 1 millimeter apart with a light source whose wavelength is given. The distance between the screen and the slit is 100 centimeters. That means capital D हमें दिया हुआ है 100 centimeters. Lambda हमें दिया हुआ है। If the bright fringe is observed on the screen at a distance of 1.27 millimeter, that means y का value हमें बताया हुआ है from the central bright fringe, then the path difference between the waves which are reaching this point from the slit is close to how much? तो हमें already small d का value दिया हुआ है, हमें y का value दिया हुआ है, हमें capital D का value दिया हुआ है बच्चों। ठीक है, तो path difference जब हम लोग लिखते हैं तो usually path difference is defined as n, it is defined as d sin theta, right? This is when your capital D and small d are not very different. But यहाँ देखो small d is 1 millimeter and this is 100 centimeters which is 1 meter. So there is a huge gap. So because of which we can use the approximation कि अगर ये screen है और यहाँ पे हमारे दो sources हैं, so if I take this angle as theta, this as y, this as d, this is your small d. When d is much smaller in comparison to capital D, then you can say that sin theta is almost equal to tan theta and it is equal to y by capital D. तो जब इसे यहाँ पे प्लेस करोगे तो ये बन जाएगा y small d by capital D. तो y का वैल्यू 1.27 millimeters, that means 10 to the power -3. स्मॉल d हमें दिया हुआ है बच्चों 1 मिलीमीटर मतलब 10 to the power -3, और ये हमें दिया हुआ है 100 सेंटीमीटर which means 1 meters. So it comes out to be 1.27 micrometer 10 to the power -6. So answer very easily came out to be option A. Okay, good. Quickly moving on to the next one, another from September 2020 for all of you. Question says that in a Young's double slit experiment, 16 fringes are observed in a certain segment of the screen when light of wavelength 700 nanometer is being used. So 16 fringes मिल रहे हैं जब light का wavelength 700 है, and अगर wavelength को change करके reduce कर दिया 400 nanometer पे, तो how many fringes will be formed? So obviously number of fringes will change when the wavelength is going to change. We know that for the same segment the beta value has to be same, So if I write it as n1 lambda 1 n lambda capital D by small d, capital D और small d दोनों केस में सेम रहने वाले हैं. So it is n2 lambda 2 capital D by small d, which means n1 lambda 1 will be equal to n2 lambda 2. तो n1 का वैल्यू 16 है, lambda 1 का वैल्यू 700 है, n2 हमें नहीं पता है लेकिन lambda 2 400 है. तो zeros को पहले कैंसिल किया. n2 comes out to be 16 into 7 by 4 और 4 into 7 that is 28. So 28 fringes form हो जाएंगे in the same gap. जिस गैप में पहले सिर्फ 16 फ्रिंजेस आ पा रहे थे, अब वहां पे 28 फ्रिंजेस अकोमोडेट हो जाएंगे बिकॉज वेवलेंथ हैज बीन रिड्यूस्ड. तो फ्रिंज विड्थ कम होती चली जाएगी इंडिविजुअल फ्रिंजेस की. ठीक है, गुड. नेक्स्ट वन गाइस, दिस इज फ्रॉम polarization. Question says that a polarizer analyzer, this is a set which is adjusted such that the intensity of light coming out of the analyzer is 10% of the original intensity. Very good. So assuming that the polarizer analyzer set does not absorb any light, the angle by which the analyzer need to be rotated further to reduce the output intensity to be 0. ठीक है, तो देखो अभी सिचुएशन कैसी है बच्चों. अगर हम बात करते हैं for the polarization situation at the moment, you have this as your polarizer. Okay, and उससे एक एंगल पे एनालाइजर को हम लोगों ने रखा हुआ है. तो when the light comes, okay, so if you take these two lines, इन दोनों लाइंस के बीच में जो एंगल है that is basically थीटा. तो पहले हमें वो थीटा पता लगाना है by using Malus law, और फिर चेक करना है कि हमें कितना और रोटेट करना पड़ेगा. ऑब्वियसली 90 डिग्री तक लेके अगर इन दोनों के बीच में एंगल 90 डिग्री हो जाता है तो बेसिकली जो आउटपुट है उसकी इंटेंसिटी 0 हो जाती है. तो दोनों के बीच में एंगल 90 बनाने के लिए किस तरफ रोटेट करना ज्यादा अच्छा है, क्लॉकवाइज और एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, विल सी दैट. ओके, so for the first part, let's first try to find out angle theta and then we'll see by what angle should I rotate it. So by Malus law, I is going to be I naught cos square theta, where theta is the angle between your polarizer and analyzer. So this says that it is 9 I naught by 10, 90%. 10%. Not 90% but 10%. So 10 I naught by 100 or 1 by 10th of the intensity is passed, cos square theta. So I naught gets cancelled, this is 1 by 10. So cos square theta is 1 by 10, or you can say cos theta is going to be 1 by root 10. So guys, when we simplify this part 1 by root 10 को जब solve करते हैं तो थीटा का वैल्यू आता है 71.6 डिग्रीज, बट दैट इज नॉट आवर आंसर जो ऑप्शन ए दिया हुआ है. तो ये एंगल आता है दोनों के बीच में एट प्रेजेंट व्हेन यू वांट योर लाइट इंटेंसिटी टू बी गॉन बाय 90% एंड ओनली 10% ऑफ द इंटेंसिटी टू बी देयर. हमें चाहिए कि ये 90 डिग्री बन जाए पूरा, तो कितने एंगल से रोटेट करना पड़ेगा. सो एंगल by which you will rotate you will say that angle alpha is going to be 90 minus theta. That means 90 minus 71.6 and that will come out to be 18.4 degrees. इतने एंगल से तुम्हें उसे रोटेट करना पड़ेगा ताकि एनालाइजर और पोलराइजर के बीच में जो एंगल है वो 90 डिग्री बन जाए. ओके, सो दैट्स व्हाई द करेक्ट आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी ऑप्शन बी. ओके, वेरी गुड. अनदर गुड क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम 2020. नाउ दिस वन फ्रॉम 2019 एंड क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम द रिजॉल्विंग पावर ऑफ टेलीस्कोप. आई गेस it says that the diameter of the objective lens of the telescope is 250 centimeters. For light of wavelength 600 nanometer coming from a distant object, the limit of resolution of the telescope is going to be हाउ मच, तो हमें वो थीटा का वैल्यू पता लगाना है इन रेडियंस. हमें ऑलरेडी लैम्डा का वैल्यू दिया हुआ है. द लाइट इज 600 नैनोमीटर्स, सो 1.22. okay, this formula try to keep in mind everyone. This is going to be 6 into 10 to the power minus 7, 600 नैनोमीटर है, और उसे डिवाइड कर देंगे d से, which is going to be 2.5 meters. ओके, तो अगर इसे सिंप्लीफाई करते जाएं तो दिस इज 3, दिस इज 1.25, रफली इक्वल फैक्टर है ऑप्शंस को देखते हुए. इफ यू विल कैंसल आउट दीज टू, द आंसर फॉर थीटा नियरली comes out to be 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 radians, which means the correct answer to the question is option C, 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 radians. Okay, good enough. So guys, next is your homework question. Question says that if we need a magnification of 375 from a compound microscope of tube length 150 millimeters and an objective with focal length 5 millimeter, then the focal length of eyepiece should be how much? So you need to know the focal length for eyepiece in this question. These are your options in the question given to you all. You will try this and tell me the answers in the comment section of this video, and I will get back to you guys with the correct answer, maybe by tonight or tomorrow afternoon. Okay, good. So this brings us towards the end of the session. If you guys you have joined us in between the session, then if you want to cover up the topics that you have missed earlier, if you have not been so regular on the channel, first of all you should get more regular guys. और पहले के sessions अगर मिस किए हैं तो पूरा सीरीज अगर रिवाइज करना है, पूरा फिजिक्स सिलेबस, केमिस्ट्री सिलेबस और मैथ्स का सिलेबस अगर आप पढ़ना चाहते हो फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच, सो लेट मी सजेस्ट द प्लेलिस्ट दैट इज GCLO 2021 and 2022. Here we have completed entire syllabus of PCM with suggestive examples. बट अगर आपने एक बार खुद से पढ़ा है, अब आपको सिर्फ एक क्विक रिवीजन की जरूरत है, तो entire revision of a chapter is done in one session, in one short series. In that one short series, you will find the entire revision, obviously the important theory part discovered along with the relevant examples, so that you can jump to your mock test or the paper or the book that you are referring and solving at the moment. Okay, so do refer this, and if you are interested in going topic wise, then there are topics which we have covered in decoded series, जहाँ पे आप और भी माइक्रो लेवल पे जाके कॉन्सेप्ट्स को समझ सकते हो. Okay. Apart from that, अगर आप JEE 2021 aspirant हो और क्रैश कोर्स अभी तक ज्वाइन नहीं किया and still you want to do that, you have roughly 2 months in your hand. So guys, there is a crash course which is going on, and we are covering your entire PCM syllabus in 90 power packed sessions. You are going to get an unlimited access to the doubt solving. This is going to be an amazing the feature you can say. Generally हमें बहुत doubts होते हैं जो हम answers चाहते हैं जिसके लिए, तो all those doubts are available, as in your experts are available to answer those doubts between 8 AM to 11 PM. Okay, so you will have an unlimited access to that. उसके अलावा your syllabus will be completed in 10 weeks. You will get 10 full syllabus and 10 part syllabus test to appear for, to be exam ready before your JEE actual examination. तो अगर क्रैश कोर्स ज्वाइन नहीं किया है और करना चाहते हो तो उसका लिंक जो है बच्चों वो डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में अवेलेबल है. Go there, follow the link, use this coupon code SMCC and avail the discount and get the crash course for just ₹8,000. Okay, definitely see you in the class. उसके अलावा बच्चों सेशन के असाइनमेंट्स, उसके नोट्स और डेली के अपडेट्स अगर आप ऑटो पायलट मोड में चाहते हो तो ज्वाइन द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. द लिंक इज अवेलेबल इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स फॉर द सेम. ओके, सो पीपल, दिस ब्रिंग्स अस टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द सेशन. अगर ऑप्टिक्स के क्वेश्चन करने में मजा आया और सेशन भी एंजॉय किया, so do tell me by pressing the like button below this video. Share with your friends who are preparing for JEE examination, and yes, subscribe to the channel if you are new on the channel, and press the bell icon so that whenever your Mogambo comes on the channel, you get the notification. Okay, so I will see you guys with the last session, that is modern physics, in the next week, है ना. By that time, I want you people to revise everything and be exam ready. A lot of things are coming very soon on the channel. We'll see you for all those things. Till then, take care, bye bye, and a happy new year in advance.